$2 bucks in 2 weeks, boys. Doesn't get any better than that. Whew.
Good morning, everybody. Today's November 18th. I have about 20 minutes left until the beginning of legal shooting time. I'm set up in a familiar spot today. It's the same tree where Cole just missed his buck back on November 6th. I had just killed my buck on November 2nd, so I decided to bring him in here, and he ended up missing one right in this gap right here on the downwind side of this bedding area. It's a doe bedding area. It's a buck trail that these bucks use to swing up into this doe bedding with a northwest wind like we have today and like we have when we get cold fronts, which makes them move more anyway. A buck used this trail to swing on the downwind side of all this doe bedding, and then he can smell any estrus doe or close to estrus doe that's bedded up in that bedding area. I killed my buck here last year in November. Cole just missed that buck, and I've been getting some pretty good pictures the last 2 days, so I've got some midday bucks moving around, morning, evening, so I'm gonna stick it out the entire day before we get it done. Before I could even get the camera going, I just had a doe, looked like a yearling doe, running right through here. She was only like 15 yards. She stopped over here and was looking back up into the bedding area. I can hear stuff moving around up in there. There's something going on in there.
I think I saw a bunch of blood spray right on impact. Stuck it right up in between the shoulders. That was another Pope and Young out here in Maryland Public. Guys, that doe took off, and he was gonna take off too. I had to shoot him. He was up against that tree. I'm pretty sure he was in the frame. But if not, the 360 might have got him. I don't care either way. That might be bigger than my last buck. Oh my gosh, guys. Another Pope and Young stud on Maryland Public. 2 weeks apart. I'm at a loss for words right now. I heard him grunting. I got up, got ready, got the 360 rolling, got the camera rolling. The doe came out. I was looking up in the bedding area for him. And here I hear a grunt, look over to my left, and he's standing at 20 yards, man. He snuck right in. Guys, I'm tagged out here on Maryland Public. 20 yards off the road. They were watching cars drive by. It's a 10 point I've been watching for months. He's been living in this bedding area with these does, and he started daylighting a lot, probably about 2 weeks ago. Disappeared for a week, assuming he was breeding does. This morning he was up looking for another one. He found one, looked like he followed her in here, right into my shooting lane. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. I'm usually pretty good at holding it together up until after the shot, but man, this is unbelievable. Guys, this is unbelievable. I appreciate you all watching. I'm gonna give it a lot of time, because I'm not super confident in the shot, but I'm confident in the shot. And then hopefully we have another Pope and Young stud to show you guys. I'm really not liking too much. It looks like it is probably a good shot, but the ground's so wet. Number one, it's hard to see the blood, and it's almost running off all the leaves as the water's running off, but you can see the bright red blood there. And if this thing will focus, you can see that there's bubbles in it, which is good. It means I got a lung shot, and he was just standing right by that little tree right there, and I'm using a 1-inch fixed blade, so it's not like he's gonna start dumping blood right away. But I use those 1-inch fixed blades so that I can take shots like that shot I just took. I wouldn't have been able to take that shot if I wasn't shooting broadheads like that, and I wouldn't have even gotten that buck if I couldn't take that shot, because he was about to take off with that doe. So those broadheads got me that buck, so big thanks to Tooth of the Arrow broadheads right there. Wouldn't have been confident taking that shot if I didn't have them. Those things have been doing wonders for me this year, and I am not sponsored at all, which we can change that if you guys want to, but anyhow. So the buck was standing right here. He was coming down this trail, same trail we walked out on. I just found the blood right here. He was walking in, and I was about to let him come up to this opening right here where I would have had a perfectly clear shot. But the doe saw me when she was standing over here, and he stopped right here behind this little tree. So I actually had to kind of bend around a little bit so I would miss this little twig sticking up so I could get a shot at him. And like I said, I had to take that quartering toward shot that you don't really want to take, but with it being 15 yards and me being as confident in my setup as I am, I took the shot anyway, and I think it just paid off. So yeah, I stopped. Like I said, I'm gonna go back and get these guys, get some help. Hopefully we come back and find a buck. At some point here, which I would imagine it's right here proper. He cut that way.
Yeah, cut either before or after that tree right there. Cut right. He's gonna take that trail. He's opening up a lot. Right there you go.
A lot more confident now. Yeah, we got good blood. I think he's dead. He's dead.
Blood all through here. Blood all over that grass. Right there's your arrow, bub.
Where? Oh, that's right over. Yeah, so there you go.
There's the penetration we're working with.
Yeah, good lung blood. I mean, that's not the best
Point it
penetration,
this way.
but
there you go.
Not the best penetration, but should be plenty at that angle. And I'm assuming some of this was probably sticking inside him too. It probably snapped off up in his shoulder. So we probably had more like back to here in him. 8 inches or so of penetration. What do you think?
We're good, bud.
With that penetration, you think we're good? You can see headed down into this thick creek bottom, and he left a bunch of blood here on the edge. It's looking like good lung blood. There's bubbles in it. Pretty much all the blood we found has bubbles in it. So we're just gonna keep going after him. I think he's dead. I think we're just not getting a ton of blood because there's no exit and the arrow snapped off. But after the arrow did snap off, we're starting to get a little bit more blood now. So it was pretty easy to follow across all that grass, which is a good thing. He stood there for a minute, pumped it out. There's bubbles all through it.
Hell yeah. Can't be far.
Get into that nice chunk, blowing stuff out of his lungs. See how chunky that blood is, like it won't run off? There's bubbles in it. That's what you want, bright red and just like jello. Means he blew it out of his lungs. Pile there, but you went this way, this thing. Pile here. Right there again.
Hold up.
Oh my God. He's laying right around the corner.
We got him. Got him. Come on, bub.
Dude, this is a dream season right here. Oh my God.
Look at that stud.
He's been dead. He's been dead. Look at that, boys. That's an absolute stud of a Maryland public land buck right there. Whew. 2 bucks in 2 weeks, boys. Doesn't get any better than that. Whew. All right, guys. Well, we made our way down through this thicket, right off the hiking trail on the other side of that power line, down here to the creek. He didn't make it too far once we crossed that power line. He made it probably about 50 yards down into this creek bottom, and he piled up right here on the edge of the creek. I'm almost at a loss for words. As you guys saw when we got up on him, I got a little bit emotional there. Me and Dylan were fist bumping, and I was almost in tears. To come out here on Maryland public land and kill not just 2 Pope and young bucks, but 2 bucks that are probably most likely in the 140s is, I haven't heard of anybody else doing it, nobody I know, and it's mind-blowing. I can't believe that I did it. I came out here with a goal this year to kill a Pope and young buck on Maryland public land, and I just came out here and did it twice in 2 weeks. You guys see what hard work does. I'm out here, summertime, wintertime, checking scrape lines, checking bedding areas, marking trees to get in, making sure the trees are fit to get in, making sure I got shots to all the trails, everything, checking access. As you guys saw, I took a boat in to kill my last buck. This one was right off the road. If I didn't scout this past winter, there's no way I would have found all that sign right there along the road. If you just get out there, look around, find the sign, hunt the sign, hang cameras, put the work in, and this is what's gonna happen. This week's been pretty slow. Haven't gotten too many pictures. Nobody's really been seeing any bucks of any size anyway. 2-year-olds running around. All the big boys have been kind of locked down breeding does. But in the last couple days, the trail camera pictures have started to pick up. I've been seeing bucks out in fields in the daylight. Dylan, Tyler, Dalton, everybody's been seeing bucks up moving in the daylight, driving to work. Just yesterday, I got pictures of what I think is this buck and another buck in the morning. He came in the evening, snooping around that bedding area, searching for some does. So I knew he was broken off some does. This is a buck that I had on trail camera earlier this season. He'd been living in this bedding area. I actually came in hoping to shoot him. That day I was in here with Cole and just couldn't get it done. Like I said, I'm at a loss for words. I can't believe how this season's gone up until now, with firearm season in West Virginia and firearm season in Maryland coming up next week. It's just right around the corner. We're gonna be back out in the woods getting after it hard again. I'd appreciate it if you guys would hit the notification bell, hit like and subscribe, and stay up to date on all the action that we have coming. As you guys have seen, the action's been pretty hot for us lately. We plan on carrying that right into the end of November and into December with gun season. We got that secondary rut coming here in Maryland. Usually falls right in the beginning of December, kind of middle to the end of gun season. It's gonna be a fun time out in the woods. We should have a lot more action coming at you guys. Opening day of gun season in West Virginia is usually pretty hot for us. Same with the opening day of Maryland, and then right into the secondary rut. If you guys don't subscribe and keep up to date, I can promise you, you're missing out. The best is yet to come. We'll see you on the next one.